Okay, so I want to talk about how I now set up my platform. So during the London Open, I want to trade the DAX 30 and the FTSE 100. So here I will show, you see my platform divided into three. So this is the M5 chart. That's the hourly, and this is the daily chart. And yes, I want to see it all the time because this is how I start. So I would go to the daily chart, and from the daily chart, what I want to do, let's actually go to this one. What I want to see is the high of yesterday, the low of yesterday. This level here I marked. I could have marked that as well. And then I have marked that level, and these are relevant for me. So what I would like to then do is that when the market is, so for example, last night it opened over here, right? By the time we were at London Open, it had traveled all the way up to those levels. So around those levels, I want to see what it's going to do. And in most cases, like today, it was the day to short it. The reason was simple. I had those levels, price tried to break it, couldn't break it, comes down, and these are those two lines that you saw. See these lines here? And now you can see that the day is already turning into a, there's a lot of hours left in it, but it's already, you can see that. Here's how I saw it. Now, these are new highs, new territories, right? And when the market is going like all-time highs and all of that, usually sellers kick in around those areas. So I was kind of confused, and because I had told myself that I'm not going to drop to the M1 for entries unless it's trending, and I want to make an entry, like for example an entry here, I saved a few random entries that actually puts me, well, it gives me an advantage sometimes. If I make that entry, let's go to the M1 and I'll show you. So like right at the open, over here, I would probably go long and short, and then this will turn into a rent. And in this occasion, it was quite a few candles that went sideways. I probably could have then, you know, taken this or taken that and then break it even and then taken that. So that's all kind of scalping. I didn't want to do that for the rest of this May. I don't want to do that. That's the low bot method, to go long straight away. But now what I'm doing is that instead of going long and short based on my feeling, I want to go long and short only if I wanted to. Even if I do it on the 1 minute, I would want to see a clear a candle like this. So if the first candle was a candle like this, I would go long here. And if I'm on the M1, this would probably be a break even because we see a very strong reversal trend candle. This was my first short for the swings over here. So I got short there, and my stop loss is up there. So that's not the trade for the 5 minute. This was for the swing trade based on this. So when price was trying to break above those levels, I went short, and now my stop loss is up there. And what I'm playing is that I'm playing these levels. So we have this level here, the high of this day, and nothing else really. So if you look at it, that's the level that it's hit. See around here. Let's go back. So that's the high here and the high here. So two highs, and yesterday it hit that high, and that was the point of yesterday. If you had that level, you could have timed your long, the swing long from here. So at the end of this candle, you go long. It was stop loss here, and then you have those previous levels to play with. So this is what we did with NASDAQ. Let me bring NASDAQ. So the Nasdaq is in a downtrend. I had marked these two levels, this level and this and this, and see the high of this candle. That was a level. And we have a trend candle, which is a bull trend candle, and you'd expect price to come at least 50% down. So if we go to the hourly chart and we check the from this level or from here, but I would check from here. If you look at it, it's right around 38 to 50%, hits it here. So that's your trend candles, your two trend candles, or even if you do the one trend candle, which would start from here, actually the low of it, then it's about 62% pullback. And then so it pulls back all the way, and as you know, I was short. Oh, actually, let's talk about that as well. Why I was short from here was, that's very interesting. So you see these two levels and this level. So I'll mark this here. So you have a trend candle in a downtrend. So you would expect price to actually react to it and go down. So on the hourly chart, when I saw these candles in the morning, I was actually short before that over here, and my stop loss was up there, and kept it all the way down. I had posted the signal as well, and then when we arrived at this level, it was time to exit. Actually, we exited before that, and then when we saw this at the end of this candle, we went long and exited those longs here. It is still in an uptrend today. The Nasdaq is still in an uptrend, but it's hit levels the high. But anyway, the purpose of this video wasn't this. So the way I'm trading the DAX M5 is this. I wanted to actually record the video for this, but I started talking about swing trading. So for the 5 minute, all I want to see, because I'm doing the swing analysis already, then I want to see the breakout. So when the breakout happened, I thought I missed an entry here. So I'm going to put a line here. So we're going to go to the M1 chart and put a line on this. So if you go to the M1 chart, now we can see we can put the 5 minute chart there. See over here, you see this range, and this is breaking out. So that's your first breakout. So one way to get in was, as soon as you see the breakout, go to the M1 and take this pullback. Or on the M5 chart, within this candle, at the end of the trend candle, over here, you just go short, have your stop loss up there. But if you want to get it a better entry, you go to the M1, trade this pullback. So if you're trading the M1, and this was your entry here, and let's suppose you have the 20 and the 10 in there, you have a nice short here, you go short. As you can see, here is what things have changed. See, if you put a trend line here, even if you don't need a trend line, I'm just trying to explain. Breakout phase, every trend, when it breaks out, it will turn into a, in most cases, if it's not a reversal, it would first turn into a bear trend channel. So there's a bear breakout, this is breakout. In breakouts, you would only see black candles, no pullbacks. And then it would start to pull back. So in here, you see pullbacks. And then as that trend is broken over here, it's your first exit signal for this. Or this would have closed on the 10 EMA as well. Let's check. So here it closes on the 10, so you get out. And then, so this is that beautiful thing. So you have breakout. Let me delete these lines. Actually, let the lines be. If you look at it, this is your breakout. First breakout and then kind of pull back, but that's your breakout. And then it goes there. So this bit here, when it's a bear trend channel, this would be a breakout still on the 5 minute chart. So you see, the 5 minute still has consecutive black candles. And then it turns into, the 5 minute chart then turns into a trend range, a bear trend range. So if you look at it, you can connect these levels here I'm talking up to this point. See, first you would see this. So you go, that's your trend, which means that the bulls would buy here and they would sell here. The bears would sell here and make money, and the bulls would buy here and make money. And then they try to reverse the trend, but it fails. And that's where the moving average interpretation, we need to understand that not just one candle above a moving average is an indication of a trend change. It is an indication that a possibility of a trend change, but it hasn't changed yet. So that's why you have to wait for it. So if you were to go long, you would actually have to wait for it to go up and then pull back. That's where the KC comes into play. So if you look at this now, you would actually then adjust your trend line to this. So if you adjust your trend line, and that's why we have two moving average. So if you have two moving average and you don't do trend lines, then you're fine with it, because what would happen is that you would look at price, the fast moving average, and the slower moving average in combination, and that would cover, I'm putting another moving average in there to make it the low bot template. So if you look at this, your trend is still down. See that trend line technique? It plays out here. So here you're getting indication the trend might be changing, but it doesn't close above 20, so you still stay in your short. And your stop loss most probably is over here now. And that's how I kind of want to trail my M5 entry. So ideally my first entry on a pullback would be here. But because I watched the charts and I've seen all of that, my entry turned out to be somewhere here, and then here, and then another pullback, and then here, and then on this. And now I'm watching if it's going to break the high of that. So this is my major high now. I learned from this guy, what's his name? There are two types of waves. Well, we all know that, right? We have impulse waves and we have corrective waves. And so when you have an impulse wave and then there's a correction, you want to see if there's another impulse wave. So if there's another impulse wave, then that becomes your major swing high. So in this case, this is our major swing high because there has been kind of an impulse move down. So that's fine. But if you look at this one, even this is we have 4 breakout candles. So that's your major swing high up there. So anywhere here, if you have your stop loss, you're playing the trend correctly. But in my case, if I see that it closed comprehensively above the 20 over here, then I would close this trade. If you follow this method of letting it run like this, you can catch those monster trades like, well, yesterday wasn't really the most fantastic one, but for example, actually this day was very difficult. It looks very easy on back testing, but it was very difficult because my mindset kind of switched. The price was going down, and then when it started going up, I was still short, and then I kind of missed the cues. But I was following the 20 EMA, so I kind of got out here, gave back all my profits, and then I went long and long and long. But then this kicked me out. I think I went long again, and then this kicked me out and all of that. But then there will be days like this as well. So you see, when it was breaking out, I was short, I waited, I shorted more, I waited, and this was a comprehensively strong candle going up. I actually was out around here before even the candle closed. And then when it started to, you see, you have 3 strong trend candles and then a pullback. I went long here, and my stop loss was below this candle here. And then I just kept seeing like, oh, I don't have a major swing low, so I will just wait. Even if it closed below 20, it doesn't matter because my stop loss is here. And just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when it started going up, all you had to do was just wait for a close of 10 EMA, because now it's going really strongly up. All you want to do is grab, some profits. But I just let it run and run and run. And and then went all the way towards the end of the day, just got out somewhere here randomly, I think. That's it. So today I might not get a very big winner, but if you follow that method and then you keep adding on to it, you can catch these monster 200, 300 points winners, and that will kind of cover 2 or 3 months of profit. But this is my ideal setup, you know, get somewhere in here on the breakout, and then if you're in there, then you add on. If you're not in there, then take this entry. If you didn't do the pullback, then you have this outside bearish outside trend candle. This is an outside bar, proper trend candle. You go short at the close and stop loss up there, and just let it run and see where it goes, and then close somewhere here. So that's all I'm doing, and that's all I will be doing. If I do it on M1, it's going to be the same thing: breakout, pullback, bam, and then the swing trading. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I don't think it's any different than what I was doing. It's just the time frame is different. So it's setup ones, it's breakouts, it's all of that. What I've done is that I learned how the market moves using a combination of indicators, and now I know how the market moves. So I just look at price, and then I use price levels to guide me where to go up and down. And the 10-20 EMAs are very useful. The KC is very useful. If you don't use them and then you look at price, then obviously you're going to be looking at price. And the moment there is like as soon as there's no indicators, then you start looking at candles. They have to tell you, so what are these candles telling me? This is a breakout phase, because see, consecutive candles. Then there's a pullback, so that's my first pullback on this, and I'm thinking, okay, is this my ideal pullback to go short? Yeah, why not? Go short. Where will be my stop loss? Well, this is the trend candle, so if I put my stop loss here, it's kind of dangerous, so I'll put it above, because I have this level, so I'll put it up there, and then I will see. So when it starts to go down, doesn't break, then I'm bringing my stop loss up there very easily. Another add-on, probably, if you didn't go in there, you go short here, but you know, it's failing. This was a little bit concerning because it failed, so I thought maybe, oh, okay, maybe we probably be getting stopped out, but stop loss was there. Keeps going down, no reason to move stop loss. It goes up. When it was going up, I was thinking, all right, maybe it's going to hit there, and then this short is probably going to be ruined. No, I let it be. I wouldn't hesitate now going out here, but my stop loss is here. So not a very huge winner, but still okay. I like it. Over here I had quite a lot of profit. I wanted to go, but this is not the type of profit I want. I want bigger profits. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. If I put it on the YouTube, then you can ask any question in the comment section or in the Discord channel if you're a member. See you in the next one.